Hey all, so I came up the mountain today to do a bit of a movie for young master mason. So this is for his bow drill. So I noticed a couple of things which he can improve on, which will give it the best chance for success. So I come in this nice little, I don't know what you call it, it's still bush. Used to be fairly thick through here. So a lot of walkers come up and down this mountain now. Looks like there's push bike riders use it as a good downhill track. So I do find a bit of rubbish and stuff in through here now. It's a bit of a shame, but yeah, people. So I'll just turn this around so you all can have a look-see. So this hill is a fairly gentle uphill slope till about halfway, and then it starts getting fairly coarse. It's quite steep. So there's a myriad of wildlife through here. There's a lot of little wallabies, rats, mice, bush turkeys, different sort of birds. Good place to come and just get away. Only that people look at you like a weirdo. They see you off in the bush doing shit, like stumping or throwing darts or lighting fires. Apparently that's not normal. There's a little chair up here, I might stop up here. So you've got some native pigeons through here as well. Lots of little finches. People. So these are all the components that I use for friction fire. So what the young fella's done, and what I'm going to go through and show or give tips about is the bow drill method. So we'll start from the right. So that's your bow string. Each one of these pieces also has a specific size as well. So the bow itself, so that's touching my shoulder, so that's pretty much the length of my arm. The fireboards itself, you want something as length as your, as thick as your hand, roughly. The spindle, go for something as thick as your thumb and roughly as wide as your span. This is your bearing block. So this is just a freshly cut piece of osage. It's a hard wood. I've just put a little divot in there. So being a hard wood, the spindle will move a lot easier in there. Other things you can use is rock. Now this is just a piece of sandstone, so it will have a bit of friction in here still. This is just another thicker, a harder stone. Not exactly sure what this is. I know it does throw really good spark off a steel. And when I found this was razor sharp. So each one of these we'll go through and we'll use as well. So it's a simple, nice handhold there. Give you a good divot. The first one I want to go through is using this. So young fella had one in his movie. He looked like he was using a ice cream bucket as a handhold, as a bearing block, sorry. So I'll give that a go. The other thing I love using, I carry this around everywhere. I drilled this in myself. This is a Victorinox Hunter Pro. It's got aluminium scales with stainless steel liners. So I used a 10mm drill bit and just drilled straight into it till it hit the liner and stopped. And this, I've used it many times and she won't wear out. So you can see these have been used for several fires. Once you have a fire kit which works, keep it. Don't chuck it, don't use it for firewood or anything. When you get something that works, use it as long as you can. So each fire you start, cut off this old burnt end. This is now fire hardened, so it does make it a lot harder to start a new one, and you can't reuse them in old spots either. So the only reason I found with that is by the time I want to get through and make a good amber, it'll probably burn through this board itself, and you'll just be putting your dust and stuff everywhere and just wasting your time and energy. So it's easier to cut down a new end, drill a new hole there, and then do a fresh one every single time. Alright, I'll set this up and I go through and we'll try this blue bucket first. I'll cut the corners out and see if I can make a bearing block out of that, and I'll go from there. So on the bottom here, you want something with a steeper angle. So this will, after your initial burn in, this will create more friction. This point up here has got a nice pointy end, so this will give you less friction. So you want to smoke this end, not here. Got a nice divot here to get started. Now you want the spindle on the outside of the bow. Now we'll try your plastic and see how this goes. Now I'm pushing down, giving it enough pressure downwards so the string doesn't slip. Use the full length of your bow, nice even strokes. There's no speed at all, just got enough friction. You see it's just starting to burn in. Now the timbers that I'm using on this is lantana. So I've got lantana for the baseboard and lantana for the spindle. So I got my foot close to the spindle with my wrist locked up inside my shin. So this is going to keep everything really stable. A little bit faster. And I'd say that's got a good burn in. So what the burn in's done now is marry up these two, so you'll have a nice full amount of friction by these two touching. So far this is working quite well. It is burning through a little bit, and I reckon by the time we get a fire going, that'll be through onto my hand. That's through 2 layers already. So the next task is to cut a notch, roughly a 45-degree angle, up to at least 1/3 or closer towards the center as you can. Nice big mozzies here. Broke it. It's alright, we'll just start again. Alright, I've done a burn in, same piece of timber, just did a new burn in, cut the notch. So we'll go again. So I've got a piece of timber here, and I just found a piece of rotten punk sort of timber. You could feel this top layer, it's a little bit soft, but this wet. This outer stuff's pretty good. I'll keep a little bit of that, and I'm going to use this for a bit of a coal extender. Wrapping the spindle on, making sure the spindle's on the outside of the bow. Now this one I'll give that little rock a try. So nice, long, even strokes. Slowly build the dust up within the center of that little V-notch. It's getting pretty full, so now I want to start putting a bit of speed into it and put a little bit more downward pressure. You can start to see the colour of the smoke change. That just slipped out. Now you don't want to blow on it, just in case you blow the dust away. Right, there we have an ember. I'll use a little bit more of this. Now you can use dried kangaroo, dried rabbit dung as well. Now doing this, I'm just feeding that amber and just making it as large as possible. So I hope you got a bit out of that. Probably a couple of good pointers there that everyone else can use. Simple sticks. That looks like it's a t-shirt, bit of cotton. No, I'm not going to pick that up. Chances are it's probably used as dunny paper. You can see how large it is now. So I hope everyone got or took a point or two away from that. There is a bit of an art to it, and all these little tricks that keeping it as simple as that, it's not very difficult at all. So it's one of those things, you just have to get out there, try it, learn from your mistakes. It's a nice rock. Yeah, get outside. So remember to clean up after yourselves. Leave the place better than you found it. Leave no trace. Yeah, we can do it, so can you.